awareness. So let's float the arms out, and they are in a T shape, or they can come a little bit further forward and even into a lower V if that helps you. And remember that we're just keeping a sense of space and a sense of connection to the breathing. So we're going to start with strong fingers, so spread out your hands from fists a few times. So little fist, spread, fist, spread, fist and spread. Maybe 5 or 6 times, and we will keep those fingers really, really spread out. And then just hold your core engaged in a light way. And let's start to circle for 20 circles forward. That's 10 already. Spread out your thumbs. And then hold steady. And 20 small circles in reverse. Press the arms away. And then leaning. So as you lengthen and lean to the right, imagine that you're sliding along a wall, or you are between 2 panes of glass. And each time you lean and lengthen to the left and lean and lengthen to the right, that is a set. So we're going for 10 and 9 and 8, 7, 6, reach, 5, 4, crown is lengthening, eyes to horizon, 3, and 2, strong arms and fingers, and 1, and as you come back to center, just start to feel how that's impacted the midline. Rotate your palms up, rotate down. So you're turning from the peripheral all the way up, all the way up, all around in and down. And this is external rotation as you roll back, internal rotation as you roll in. And let's go a little faster now for 10, 9, 8, 7. Can you feel the impact on your scapulae? Try to soften out those knees if they started to lock out in the legs. 3, 2, and 1. Then bring the arms up. So I call this a capital Y, but in Pilates method we have this as a V, shape of the V. And then we come down to the capital I shape. And then we open out, palms up to the T. And this is known as I's, Y's and T's. So let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe. 6. Try and make those arms really powerful and strong. 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then let the arms remain outwards with the palms up. And float them back a little bit. Soften the elbows. And can you just feel your mid-scapulae and the low borders of the scapulae squeeze together? You're going to join the arms together, palms up. Breathe in, open, squeeze. So it's almost as if we are in server tray. This is Pilates server tray. Often we reach the arms forward and then floating out, and then that little squeeze like body wings. Try and avoid a movement into the pelvis. Remember, we're isolating around the shoulders, arms, and the chest. And feel those muscles at the back line engaged. And at the same time, you might want to pause and just check that pelvis has remained stable and steady. So trying to strengthen here those upper back muscles. If you're moving into that zone that can be quite tricky to feel, but that's why we're creating many, many repeats on this one. Okay, angel pumps, these are known as. We're going to pump up 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Turn palms and come down. 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then turn palms back, pump back, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You're feeling the arms now, I'm sure. Making small fists, thumbs inside or outside the fist. Forward circles, 1, 2, 3, 4, 9, 10, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and backwards for 20. Pausing, and then imagine you're making letter C's at the side of you and polishing those letter C's or drawing those letter C's. Sometimes we call this polishing the balls. So we're going over the top and round, over for 10, 9, 8, squeeze, breathe, and 7, and 6. 5, you can slow down or speed up. 4, breathe. And 3. And 2. And 1. And when the arms come up, interlace the fingers if that's appropriate for you. Just take a little walk around, shake out the legs. Maybe stand shoulder wide if you prefer for this one. But again, level off into conscious standing. Turn the palms away, knuckles move up towards the sky. Reach up. It's important that you don't allow the scapulae to rise and hunch there. So just maybe take a moment to check out the neck and soften the throat. Inhale nice and broad and wide across the thorax. And as you exhale, draw tonality and tone into your body. And then we might start to press up a little bit more. Breathe in and out here. Soften the breath out through mouth if that helps. And then move into a really strong overhead if that's appropriate to your body. Turn the little fingers back. Inhale, exhale here. I'm going to narrow off the feet to narrow hip wide. And just imagine again that you're in between two panes of glass and side bending. So as one elbow draws down, can you feel also a connection into the left? I've gone to the left, so left side body. Try not to let the hip move over. Just lift out of the pelvis and you are sliding to left, right elbow and armpit is open. Draw back to center with pure mindful awareness. Breathe here. As you inhale, exhale here, perhaps draw the elbows back a little bit, but also sense, is that pinching into your neck, and are you okay with the position you have adopted now? Let's slide the torso into side bend. Side bending of the spine, really important for the health of the spine and one of its natural movements. And then can you squeeze the right armpit towards the hip? Keep that pelvis engaged, maybe some light tone around the pelvic core and into the gluteals, and draw back. So we're lingering there just to feel. And then if you want to feel slightly faster pace, then bending, obviously, left and right, your pace, your style. If I move the arms up a little further, you might want to join me there and find how does that impact you as you go into the full length of the arms in the bound hand position. And perhaps you move that movement up and then you start to draw the arms back in. And then finally, we will release one arm. So we're going to center the body now. Everybody come to center, please. And release the right elbow to the right. And then unlace. Place that left palm on top of the head like a little hat. And then draw the right arm down. And as you reach the right arm down, make a little fist. And imagine a heavy bag. And really engage between this armpit and hip. So you want to not twist that pelvis. You want to try and stay lightly toned, be able to breathe. And then perhaps reach the left arm up. And is the head drooping? Can we avoid a droopy head? Pulling back to center. Release the arms. Let's give them a little roll. And then take the right palm, like a little hat on top of the head. Open up the armpit and slide to your left. Now make a fist in the left palm and let that heavy weight draw you down. Staying here, feel, sense the energy. Can you breathe calmly? And then perhaps choose to let that right arm come up above. Try to feel the muscles that are working hard to prevent you from falling over. And then slide back against that imaginary wall. And release that arm. And again, I'm just going to invite you to shake out those legs. Maybe stand a little bit more shoulder wide and just some easy spirals. And spirals are when you are literally turning a lot of the body. So maybe you're turning the head, neck, torso, pelvis. Everything is spiraling around. Or of course, keep the head centered as you let those arms come really loose. I quite like to do this as well, which I call arm scarf. Just floating that around. And then also if you want to go into a little bit almost feeling of balance, as you spiral, turn the whole pelvis almost like throwing a discus, and then maybe let that leg float away and then come back, spiral round and let that leg float away. So you can turn, bend, spiral, float, turn, bend, spiral and float, and you can hover in that single leg balance, and then bend, turn, spiral and float. And can those actions be really fluid? Yeah, so you might want to allow a few on each side. So how can you just let yourself fly into balance? Almost like bird wings, it's quite balletic. Yes, it's enjoyable, I hope. Let's take a breather here as we stand. And from that overhead position, if it suits your shoulders and arms today, reach the arms up, as I say, from the overhead arm position. Try to find that the ears are in line, or the upper arms are in line with your ears, ears in line with upper arms, centering out through the feet. And then start to hollow out the breastbone. So coming into C-shaped curve. As you dive in, pause here on the first round of breath and then follow through. So you inhale, exhale, maybe pause again. Remember, you can always take the hands onto your legs to support you. But essentially, it's the crown down that is most important. The weight of your head drawing you down into Mother Earth. And you are just draping there for a moment. And I'd love it if you feel comfortable to release even further over those legs. And then allow yourself to use any organic movement appropriate. So you might want to sway side to side in that kind of feel sense of the body pouring over the legs. You may want to bend a knee, bend the other knee, find that the hips release. So when you're in that fallen kind of sense of floating and flowing down over the legs, how does your back feel? Can you access the neck, the shoulders, the mid and low back? And then notice especially how that feels